In the bustling world of morning television, where smiles are as mandatory as the steaming cups of tea, an unexpected storm brewed on the set of Lorraine Kelly's beloved ITV show. Lorraine, the ever-charming Scottish host with her signature warmth and wit, had invited the rugged Yorkshire actor Sean Bean for what was billed as a light-hearted chat about his latest projects, perhaps touching on his iconic roles in Game of Thrones or Sharp. The studio audience buzzed with anticipation, fans clutching their programs, eager to hear tales from the man known for his gravelly voice and on-screen deaths. As the cameras rolled and the theme music faded, Lorraine greeted Sean with her usual effusive energy, complimenting his timeless appeal and diving straight into questions about his career longevity. But beneath the surface, tensions simmered. Sean, known for his no-nonsense demeanor, seemed slightly off, perhaps jet-lagged from a recent filming stint or irked by the early hour. The conversation started innocently enough, with Lorraine probing into his personal life, asking about his relationships and how he balanced fame with privacy. Sean answered politely at first, sharing anecdotes from his Sheffield upbringing and his passion for Sheffield United Football Club. However, as Lorraine pressed on, veering into more sensitive territory like his past marriages and rumored feuds on set, Sean's responses grew curt. The audience sensed the shift, a subtle chill in the air-conditioned studio. Lorraine, ever the professional, tried to steer back to safer waters, joking about his many on-screen demises, but Sean didn't laugh. Instead, he muttered something under his breath about superficial questions. The host laughed it off, but the crack was there, widening with each exchange. Viewers at home, sipping their breakfast brews, might have paused, wondering if this was scripted drama or genuine friction. Back in the studio, producers in the control room exchanged glances, fingers hovering over buttons, as the interview teetered on the edge. Sean, with his piercing blue eyes, fixed Lorraine with a stare that could have come straight from one of his villainous roles, and the clash was imminent, a powder keg waiting for a spark. Lorraine, undeterred, pushed forward with a question about his views on modern Hollywood, perhaps touching on cancel culture or Me Too, topics that had been in the news. Sean's reply was sharp, defending traditional values in a way that clashed with the show's light tone. The audience gasped softly, and social media began to light up, tweets flying about the awkward moment. Lorraine, sensing the discomfort, attempted to diffuse with humor, but it backfired, leading to Sean raising his voice, accusing her of ambush journalism. The set fell silent, the usual applause track absent, as the two locked horns in a verbal spar that no one saw coming. This wasn't the fluffy interview promised. It was raw, unfiltered celebrity confrontation, the kind that makes headlines and boosts ratings. As the segment dragged on, Sean's frustration boiled over, his Yorkshire accent thickening with emotion, recounting how he'd expected a respectful dialogue, not a tabloid grilling. Lorraine defended her line of questioning, insisting it was all in good fun, but the damage was done. The producer's voice in her earpiece urged a commercial break, but before that, Sean stood up abruptly, removing his microphone with a dramatic flair, declaring he was done. The audience murmured in shock, some applauding his stand, others booing the disruption. Lorraine, flustered but composed, wished him well as he stormed off stage, the cameras capturing every step. In the aftermath, the show cut to ads, leaving viewers stunned and speculating wildly online. This incident, forever etched in TV history, highlighted the fragile line between entertainment and intrusion, with Sean Bean emerging as either a hero or a hothead, depending on one's perspective. The clip went viral within minutes, amassing millions of views, sparking debates on celebrity privacy and host responsibilities. Lorraine later addressed it on air, apologizing if offense was caused but standing by her style. Sean, in a statement via his agent, expressed regret for the outburst but reiterated his disdain for invasive queries. The event overshadowed his promotional efforts, turning a routine appearance into a cultural talking point, dissected on podcasts and late-night shows. Fans rallied on both sides, some praising Sean's authenticity, others criticizing his temper. In the end, it was a reminder that even in the glossy world of TV, real emotions can erupt, creating moments that linger long after the credits roll. Delving deeper into the prelude of this infamous clash, It's essential to understand the backgrounds of both protagonists in this daytime drama. Lorraine Kelly, a fixture on British screens since the 1980s, built her empire on relatable chit-chat, from celebrity gossip to health tips, always with a twinkle in her eye and a laugh ready to burst. Her show, simply titled Lorraine, airs weekday mornings, attracting millions who tune in for feel-good vibes amid the chaos of daily life. On the other side, Sean Bean, the son of a welder from Handsworth, Sheffield, rose through gritty roles that mirrored his tough exterior. Think Boromir in Lord of the Rings, dying heroically, or Ned Stark in Game of Thrones, beheaded in shocking fashion. His real life echoed this intensity: multiple marriages, pub brawls in his youth, and a fierce loyalty to his roots. The invitation for Sean to appear likely stemmed from his upcoming film, perhaps a historical drama where he played a warrior king, perfect for morning promo. As he arrived at the ITV studios in London, dressed in a casual leather jacket and jeans, he exchanged pleasantries with the crew, signing autographs for starstruck staff. Lorraine, in her dressing room, reviewed notes, excited to chat with a fellow northerner. The segment began smoothly, with clips from his films rolling, the audience oohing and ahhing at his action sequences. Lorraine complimented his physique, joking about how he still looked fighting fit at 66, and Sean chuckled, sharing gym tips. But the pivot came when she delved into his personal controversies, referencing old tabloid stories about his love life and alleged on-set demands. Sean's face hardened. He leaned forward, interrupting her mid-sentence, questioning the relevance. The host, taken aback, tried to pivot to his charity work with veterans, but Sean wasn't having it, accusing the show of sensationalism. The exchange escalated, voices rising over the polite applause, with Sean gesturing emphatically, his rings glinting under the lights. Lorraine, maintaining her poise, countered that such questions were standard, but Sean fired back about respect and boundaries. The studio tension was palpable, audience members shifting uncomfortably in their seats, whispers spreading like wildfire. Producers scrambled, debating whether to intervene, as the live broadcast risked derailing. Sean, feeling cornered, referenced past interviews where he'd been misquoted, fueling his distrust. Lorraine attempted to de-escalate, offering a peace olive branch with a joke about Yorkshire versus Scottish rivalries, but it landed flat. The clash peaked when Sean stood, declaring the interview over, his microphone feedback screeching as he unclipped it. Security hovered nearby, but he exited stage left without incident, leaving Lorraine to ad-lib it. Transition to the next segment on autumn fashion. Post-show, the green room buzzed with gossip, staff recounting the blow-by-blow. Online, forums exploded, Reddit threads analyzed every word, Twitter polls gauged who was at fault, and memes proliferated with Sean's stern face superimposed on his characters. Lorraine's team issued a statement emphasizing no hard feelings, while Sean's camp highlighted his right to privacy. This event not only boosted the show's ratings but also sparked broader discussions on mental health in the industry, with celebrities sharing similar experiences. In retrospect, it was a collision of two worlds, the probing host and the private star, resulting in TV gold that viewers couldn't look away from, replaying the clip obsessively. The fallout included apologies, think pieces in The Guardian, and even a parody on Saturday Night Live, cementing it as a pop culture milestone. Exploring the immediate reactions and the viral storm that followed Sean's dramatic exit from Lorraine's set reveals a fascinating snapshot of modern media frenzy. As soon as the broadcast cut to commercials, social media platforms ignited like a bonfire on Guy Fawkes Night. Hashtags such as #SeanBeanClash and #LorraineDrama trended worldwide, with users posting clips captured on their phones, dissecting every facial expression and word. Celebrities weighed in. Piers Morgan tweeted support for Lorraine, calling Sean prickly, while Ricky Gervais defended him, joking about dodging similar traps. Fans divided into camps. Bean's loyalists praised his stand against gotcha journalism, while Lorraine's admirers lauded her grace under fire. News outlets pounced, with the Sun splashing headlines like Bean's boiling point, and the BBC running a segment on celebrity walk-offs through history, comparing it to Billy Connolly's infamous outbursts. Lorraine, back on air after the break, addressed the elephant in the room with her trademark humor, saying, Well, that was lively. Sean had to dash, but we wish him all the best. Behind the scenes, she reportedly vented to producers about unprepared guests, while Sean, in a taxi en route to his hotel, called his publicist, fuming over the ambush. By lunchtime, YouTube compilations emerged, editing the clash with dramatic music and slow-motion replays, garnering hundreds of thousands of views. Podcasts dedicated episodes to analyzing body language, with experts noting Sean's clenched jaw and Lorraine's widened eyes as signs of escalating conflict. The incident even crossed the Atlantic, with U.S. talk shows like The View discussing cultural differences in interview styles. Sean's agent released a measured statement. Sean appreciates the invitation but felt the questions veered into personal territory he wasn't comfortable discussing. Lorraine's response was conciliatory, tweeting a photo of a couple with the caption, "Sometimes chats get heated and no harm done." Yet, the online backlash was fierce. Trolls targeted both, with misogynistic comments aimed at Lorraine and ageist jabs at Sean. Supportive voices emerged too, from mental health advocates urging empathy for public figures under scrutiny. The show's ratings spiked 20% the next day, with viewers tuning in for any follow-up. Sean skipped subsequent appearances, focusing on his film promo via print interviews, where he elaborated on his aversion to prying questions. This event underscored the power of live TV, where unpredictability reigns, turning a routine slot into a spectacle. In the weeks that followed, merchandise popped up. Mugs reading "I Survived the Backlash" and fan art depicted the duo in cartoon form. Academics even chimed in, citing it as a case study in communication breakdown. Ultimately, both emerged unscathed professionally. Lorraine's show continued thriving, and Sean's film opened to solid reviews. But the scar remained, a cautionary tale for hosts and guests alike, reminding all that beneath the glamour, human tempers flare. The video recreations on TikTok amassed billions of impressions, with users lip-syncing the dialogue in accents, amplifying the absurdity. In essence, this clash transcended the moment, becoming a mirror to society's obsession with celebrity drama, where every outburst is dissected, monetized, and meme-ified. To fully appreciate the layers of this confrontation, one must consider the broader context of celebrity interviews in the UK media landscape. Morning shows like Lorraine's thrive on a mix of fluff and substance, balancing promotional plugs with personal insights to keep audiences engaged. Sean Bean, with his storied career spanning decades, had navigated countless such appearances, from Parkinson to Graham Norton, usually emerging as the affable tough guy. However, his history of forthrightness, once punching a photographer, admitting to pub scraps, hinted at a short fuse. On this fateful day, the alignment of factors was perfect for combustion. Perhaps Sean was promoting a sensitive project, or Lorraine's researchers dug too deep into his 5 marriages and rumored affairs. The interview transcript, leaked online, revealed the turning point. Lorraine asking, "Sean, with all your on-screen romances, how do you keep the spark alive off-screen?" His retort, "That's none of your bloody business, love." The audience tittered nervously, but the host pressed, "Come on, we're all friends here." Sean's escalation, "Friends don't pry into divorces on national telly." The back and forth intensified, with references to his 2008 arrest for assault, charges dropped, and his views on feminism, which he'd expressed controversially before. Lorraine, defending women's rights, countered passionately, leading to accusations of bias. The studio lights seemed brighter, the air thicker, as Sean unbuttoned his collar in frustration. Viewers at home flooded ITV switchboard with complaints and praise in equal measure. Post-exit, the show's team edited the repeat broadcast, softening the edges, but the raw live version lived on via recordings. Sean's walk-off wasn't unprecedented. Recall Russell Brand's chaotic appearances or Madonna's diva moments. Yet, this felt personal, 2 northern icons clashing like tectonic plates. The aftermath saw Lorraine hosting a segment on When Interviews Go Wrong, inviting experts to discuss etiquette. Sean, in a rare interview with The Times, reflected, "I respect Lorraine, but boundaries matter." The incident boosted book sales for his memoir, if he had one, and inspired fanfiction imagining reconciliations. Social media algorithms pushed the content relentlessly, creating echo chambers of opinion. Critics argued it exposed the performative nature of TV, where authenticity clashes with entertainment demands. Supporters saw it as empowering, encouraging stars to push back. In pop culture, it spawned parodies, SNL skits with impressions, and even a viral song remix. The economic impact was tangible. Ad revenue surged for the show, and Sean's film saw a ticket bump from curiosity. Psychologists analyzed it as stress response under spotlight, noting Sean's body language screamed discomfort. Ultimately, this event humanized both Lorraine as the probing everyman, Sean as the guarded artist. It prompted industry changes, like pre-interview agreements on topics. Years later, it might be remembered fondly, perhaps with a reunion special where they laugh it off over tea, but in the heat of the moment, it was pure, unadulterated drama, captivating a nation and beyond. Reflecting on the long-term implications of Sean Bean's ejection from Lorraine Kelly's show, we see ripples extending into celebrity culture and media ethics. Immediately after, ITV conducted an internal review, ensuring future guests received topic outlines, a practice now standard. Lorraine, resilient as ever, bounced back with higher viewership, her authenticity shining through vulnerability. Sean, conversely, gained a reputation boost among peers for standing his ground, with actors like Tom Hardy sending supportive messages. The Clash inspired documentaries on celebrity meltdowns, featuring archival footage and interviews. Public opinion polls showed a split: 55% sided with Sean on privacy, 45% with Lorraine on journalistic freedom. Online petitions emerged, one calling for boycotts, another for apologies. The video clip, shared across platforms, broke records for ITV's digital engagement. Merchandise followed, t-shirts with "Been There, Done That" slogans, and apps simulating interview scenarios. In academia, communication courses used it as a case study, debating power dynamics. Sean's career trajectory shifted slightly. He opted for more controlled podcasts over live TV, discussing roles in depth without personal probes. Lorraine adapted too, incorporating more guest-led segments. The event even influenced policy, with the Nuge issuing guidelines on sensitive questioning. Fan communities thrived, creating subreddits for breakdowns and theories. Was it staged for publicity? Conspiracy theorists pointed to ratings slumps pre-incident. Mainstream media covered the meta-story, how virality amplifies minor spats. Internationally, translations spread the tale, with French dubs and Spanish subtitles. Comedians mined it for gold, stand-ups mimicking accents, late-night hosts reenacting. The psychological toll was acknowledged. Both sought counseling, per rumors, highlighting fame's pressures. Positively, it sparked dialogues on mental health, with charities seeing donation spikes. Sean's Foundation for Veterans benefited, tying into his military roles. Lorraine championed women's issues more vocally post-Clash. In hindsight, the incident was a catalyst for evolution in broadcast norms, fostering respect amid entertainment. Years on, anecdotes from crew members surfaced: the awkward silence post-exit, the hurried script rewrites. It became lore, whispered in green rooms. For viewers, it was a thrilling deviation from scripted blandness, a reminder that stars are human. The legacy endures in compilations of top TV moments, ranked alongside classics. Ultimately, this heated exchange, born of misunderstanding, enriched the tapestry of British telly, proving that conflict, when resolved, breeds growth. Wrapping up the saga of Sean Bean's stormy departure from Lorraine Kelly's morning extravaganza, it's clear this wasn't just a blip but a defining moment in entertainment annals. The reconciliation, if any, came subtly. A year later, Lorraine mentioned Sean fondly in an interview, wishing him success, while he retweeted a clip of her show positively. The incident fueled creativity. Playwrights penned one acts about it, and novelists wove similar plots into books. Streaming services eyed dramatizations, casting lookalikes for biopics. Economically, it was a boon. ITV's stock ticked up, and Sean's endorsements increased. Socially, it bridged generations, with boomers reminiscing old scandals and Gen Z remixing on TikTok. Ethical debates raged in panels. Where does curiosity end and invasion begin? Journalists reflected on their roles, some adopting softer approaches.